Hi, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of What's New Mama podcast. We are your hosts, Amy and Giselle.
Hi guys, welcome back.
So what did you
Go
want to
ahead.
say?
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to start off the episode by telling everyone, thank you for your support. And we're going to talk about Thanksgiving in this episode and just, I don't know,
What does it
what we
look
do
like
for
for us?
Thanksgiving. Yeah, what we do now that we have children, what it looked like for children. I don't know. Just
Yeah,
keeping it light for this holiday week.
yeah, of course. But before we go into that, let's talk about the week. Let's talk about the week. So you had some eventful days. Well, what was your week filled with?
No, I mean, it's funny because I posted this on my personal Instagram. It's like the only excitement I get this week is a visit to the dentist. It was the only time I get some peace and quiet, and it's funny because that hygienist is she's a mom.
Okay.
She actually just got back to work. She works only, I think, one day a week, basically. And she's got the kids like the same age gap as I do.
As you
so
do?
I think her youngest is 4 instead of 3, but whatever.
Yeah,
and then
close enough.
It's just like a year apart. So it's funny. So she was like, "You want me to put on something for you to watch on the thing because they have the TVs on?"
Yeah.
I was like, "No." She's like, "You sure?" I was like, "No. This is the only quiet I get, even if it's just the instruments that I'm hearing. It's just like I get to zone out. I just sit there." Was just looking up at anything.
Yeah.
And she's laughing because she's like, I understand. I get it. She's like, I understand completely.
Isn't it weird that maybe it's just the dental offices that I've gone to, but every time I go to a dental office, they have cooking shows and like food shows on. I don't know. Maybe it's just mine.
Maybe it is. It's just yours.
So far.
2 different ones?
2 different dentists.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was very loyal to my lady in the Upper West Side. But it's just too far. Like I was like, I can't do this hike anymore. Like I love her, she's the best, but I had to find somebody closer.
Yeah.
So now I went to somebody new. They were fantastic, but the same thing. It's like, why do they have cooking shows and food shows when you can't eat? Like
they have.
You're literally doing.
You.
Yeah, you're literally doing the one thing that will prevent you from even like. And isn't that gonna cause salivation? Right, salivation.
Oh, like saliva? Yeah.
So as you're watching,
I didn't think of that. That's true.
I remember she was like cleaning my mouth and she was like doing the regular like checkup, whatever. And they showed like this delicious, like Southern comfort, like bacon, egg, and cheese, but it was like my mouth is watering. But it was like they made the fresh biscuits. My mouth is watering.
Oh my God.
They made fresh biscuits from scratch, so they showed that. Then they had like this thick cut bacon, and then they had like what is it? Gruyere cheese?
Gruyere.
Yeah. That cheese with like cheddar and all stuff, and the eggs were fluffy. It was just they put like chive in it. And I was just like, oh my God! And like she's over here like using that minty little paste thing and using the suction, and I'm like, man, that looks delicious. I can't even find that over here anywhere. Like there's no place that I know of that could have that. Probably Fred's on the Upper West Side or Jacob's Pickle maybe. But anyway, point is every dental office I've gone to.
No, I don't know. They have Netflix on ours, so
they're fancy.
They let you pick whatever. And it's funny because like the first time I met her, she was watching a show that she had just started watching, a show that I had started watching. So we were talking about that.
Well, what show?
Sweet Magnolias, I think it was.
Oh, you told me about
Sweet
that
Magnolias.
show.
Yeah,
that's with.
So she was like, it's cheesy, but she was like, it's entertaining. I was like, I know the acting is so bad, but like, I mean, it's not too bad, but it's just funny.
Soap opera level.
It's just over the top. So we're just like laughing about that.
That's with the one from Roswell and from Grey's Anatomy, right? Katherine Heigl.
Oh no. That's you're thinking about the other one, the other show. And
there was a show that you told me about.
I just blanked on the name.
Oh, Fireflies.
Yeah, Firefly Lane. Yeah, that one was really good. I think you would like that. That was really nice.
I just remembered. I gotta do it.
I liked it. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Sweet Magnolia was with Reese Witherspoon?
No, that's you thinking about the movie, right?
I don't know if she was in there.
Is this Sweet Magnolia? Is this the name of the
I think Magnolia is the movie.
I don't remember. I don't remember. I get all the names and stuff confused. It doesn't work for me. But it's with Joanna Swisher. She's married to the baseball player. You don't know her from some other show. I think she was on Reba, I want to say.
Joanna Swisher. She played the daughter on Reba.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that. I used to love Reba. Her. Yeah. I love that show. Like, I would, that and the George Lopez show, because it was on Nickelodeon, I think. Not Nickelodeon, but like that channel. Whatever the channel was.
Was it Nick at Night? I don't know.
I think so.
I don't remember. It's just
I love all those shows. All those like family type shows. I love them. But wait, so what happened? What happened at the dentist?
So they just did like a deep cleaning on me on this side. So like they numbed me on this side, and I was telling you earlier, I came home and I was laughing, and Milo thought it was the funniest thing because laughing, only half of my mouth was moving, and he was just like, "Mom, do it again, laugh again, Mom, or talk, Mom. Come on, let me see your mouth." And he's like sat in front of me, and he was like trying to move it, and I was like, "I can't. It's numb." And he thought it was the funniest shit ever. I was like, "This is so bad." I was just like, "Oh my God, get off of me. Just let me go." And
he was like, I was literally holding your face probably.
Yeah.
Like, do it.
I made my appointments at 7:30 in the morning. So I'm out of the house by 7 to get there on time. And
I'm proud of you, Miss. I don't like to wake up early.
I don't, because I wake up and it's like, I'll go do what I get dressed and get ready and I leave. I don't eat. I don't do anything before an appointment because it makes me anxious to eat.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm gonna throw up on the dentist, so I just don't eat. So I came home and I couldn't eat. I didn't eat till like 11 in the morning that day. I was just like, I want to eat my phone.
Half of your mouth was
I couldn't. I didn't want to bite off my tongue or whatever. So I was like, but I did that, and then I have another appointment in 2 weeks. So more silence. Gotcha. More silence in another 2 weeks.
So more silence for you. That's good. Well, good. My week was not eventful like that. I just I honestly don't remember my week. I think it was just filled with work, to be honest. It's been crazy with work. It's selling season, so it's been a lot. Like I've been working till like 9 p.m. which I feel guilty because
it's hard too, because I feel like you're at home, so where's the break? Like you don't really commute. So like for me, when I was working, it was like the commute would be my break, and then this is where I would drop my job. Like I wouldn't think about it. There was a clear cut line of home and work, and then I think that's also the problem with remote working. Like they're blurred lines. But the thing is, because it's selling season, I've been meeting with a lot more clients and stuff in person, so I don't get home till some days till 5:30. Like what was it, Thursday, Friday? I think I got home at like 5:45, and then it's dark. Like the whole daylight savings time.
And it's so funny because I know I mentioned on the podcast before, like I am fairly new to driving. Like I've only been driving for the past 3 years, 4 years or so, like on my own, and like actually learned. And I've had to drive, obviously. Like Tom, when he goes out, he'll drink, and like I'll be the designated driver, obviously. But it was dark, and I was like, oh no, I haven't driven in the dark in so long. Because usually I have client meetings, it's early, and I get home I try to get home before 3, so I don't get caught behind the school buses, the school kids, and like all of that traffic. But I couldn't avoid it, and I was like, oh my God. I was like driving, and we got a new truck, so it's even bigger, and I was just like, oh my God. But it has sensors all around, so like I feel technology is the best thing in the world. Like it makes me feel secure driving because it is a big truck, and at first I was like intimidated, but I got home. But point is, I got home and it was dark, and I'm trying to park in our spot, and all the sensors are going off because
yeah, because
so I have to look and I have to do this. Even though the chair is at the very highest possible setting that it can get to, I still have to do this in order to make sure, because I can't see the front of the truck. So short, I can't see it. And so I made it home, whatever. I was like really proud of myself. But then I get home and it doesn't end. Like I plug in my laptop because most of the time it'll die if I'm outside. And then I'll have that little break. I'll play with Derek, catch up with Tom, and like we'll talk about whatever it is. And I'll be like, all right, what are you thinking for dinner? And like we'll talk about that. And then I'm like, okay, my work phone, because I have 2 phones. So my work phone will start going off. I'll get text messages from clients or, work, like my colleagues. And I'm like, it's freaking 7 p.m. at this point. Like, and I was like, Friday, I was actually cooking, or Thursday, I forgot what it was. I was grilling chicken and I was making like stir-fried rice. And I was doing that while I was on the phone with a client, and it was after work hours. So I was like, hey, you might hear my son in the background. Like, you might hear me cooking also. And he's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, I think while it is tough, a lot more people are understanding. Like, people are working from home. It's also after work hours, your traditional work hours.
Yeah.
So at least I have that flexibility. But I do feel sometimes like, oh man, I gotta lock myself into the room to go and pick up this phone call. But then I feel bad because Derek, all he wants to do is like play, or like I'll have my laptop and then he's like there trying to obviously get my attention. So I'll put it down for a minute and do that. So something that will usually take me 20 minutes to do will take me an hour.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'll pause and then I'll go get him water, or I'll go do this. And, like Tom and I do a really good job of balancing it out, but it's more so me because I still want to be a part of their day. And I also know it's temporary. Like this is a temporary season, selling season, and just got to make it work. But so yeah, long story short, it's been long days. So I really don't remember anything eventful that happened. Oh, I was driving to Tarrytown for a work meeting. And it was pretty far. And I was like proud of myself because that was like a pretty far drive for me. And it was early in the morning. That was the first time that I saw a 6-car pileup like accident, like early in the morning. And I'm like, like it gave me like a weird feeling because I've never seen in California. I saw like an accident where the car was like burnt to the crisp, like. But I was just like, oh my god, like what happened? Early in the morning, like what are you doing driving so fast or whatever? That 6 cars.
It's bad in the morning. People are usually like either road raging or falling asleep.
Yeah, maybe it's the falling asleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
But 6 cars, and I just remember thinking like, all right, I got to the office where we were having the team meeting and stuff. But I remember texting Tom. I was like, oh my god, I just saw 6 cars. Like, luckily everybody looked okay, but it was just like shocking to me because I'm fairly new with driving, so I haven't seen all of that stuff yet. Have you seen anything like that before?
Driving?
Like that's the most exciting thing that happened to me this week. So it's like it stuck with me. Like I was just like, oh, no.
Only driving like down here. There's to get down to like one of the main roads. You gotta go down the side of a mountain. So it's yeah. It's okay. Only in the winter it's like the water tends to pool on one side, so it'll freeze and people will go really fast. And I've seen the fog is bad also. What else? Yeah, and it's like
but
it's been like
railings. It's not like Costa Rica where there's like no railings.
I know. No, there's railings, but people have gone over the railings down, and it's like we're about, I want to say it's 1,000 feet, like or whatever, God. Almost that area. So yeah, people have gone over. There's been not pileups, but like really big like crashes of like 10 cars, 15 cars, because everybody's like right behind the other.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the only thing that I keep like I'm aware of. Like my dad always told me, he's like, when you're going around the bend, because it's you go round and round and round, it's very windy. he's like, never accelerate going around because you never know if someone is like pulled over to the side. And I'm like, I never really thought of that. He's right. Like you can't see what you're going around them in, but a lot of people don't care. And I've seen where people have been on the side and they get hit because someone's coming around and then causes the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. It's just like, it's really bad here in the winter, at least. So we avoid that going down. If we have to go down to the city, we'll just take like the major highway instead.
Okay. Is that like a shorter way?
What, the
mountain?
Yeah, the mountain is definitely the shorter way.
Yeah,
it's closer. Yeah, it's closer to get down to Jersey from here.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Do you drive a lot or no?
I tend to just try to give it to Vic to drive when we do like long distance driving.
Okay.
A few times. I think the only time I've driven when I go to my parents is like an hour or whatever. I've driven for work. When I used to go down for work, I drove down to Jersey, like far Jersey from here, I was proud of that day because I was like, I drove to this meeting, which is
scary.
Great.
Yeah.
I learned to drive in Jersey because that's where I used to work at the beginning of like when I started working. I had to learn how to drive, and I drove Newark. It was like Newark, West Orange, that area. Yeah. I learned to drive from
there. You're ending up on the other part of Jersey.
Yeah.
I've gotten there. Well, I've had to to visit friends, but and every time I get there, I'm like dripping in sweat. Like I made it.
I get nervous. But I always get nervous, and I've been driving for a while now. So
yeah, you got your license like in your teenage years?
No, 22. 22, yeah.
I didn't get my license till, let's see, I was in California, so 30?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you don't really need it in the city. So I needed it to
go to work.
I just got it. No, I just got it
to be independent. To be an independent, strong woman.
That's what my mom said. She was like, I don't want you to depend on no asshole to drive you anywhere. That's what she used to say. So she made sure that she paid for good driving lessons, and that's what we did. Because I tried at 16, but it didn't work out. I was too hot headed to do driving lessons at 16. I didn't tell you about that one. I got out of the guy that was teaching me. It was like some Haitian man. And he used to scream and yell. And I was like, who are you talking to? I'm not like, I was just like, what? And I remember he was like, what? And I was like, all right. I put the car in park. I got out and I walked back to the driving thing.
Oh my God.
And I left him wherever the hell we were in the Bronx somewhere. And I walked. And my dad was waiting for me at the thing. He goes, why are you walking? I was like, because he's an asshole. Get your money back. I'm not doing this. And he got his money back for all the classes he had paid up front. Did you learn
from some Dominican guy?
And then my mom paid for the Dominican guy.
Okay.
And at 22, that's when I learned.
Story.
Yeah, that's when I learned. Yeah, the first guy didn't work out.
Well, I think I've probably mentioned it here. I learned from Tom. And Tom is a phenomenal driver. Yeah. But I'm telling you right now, the amount of arguments we got into. And like we were in LA. So we started, okay. The way I got my license is a story. I know we're supposed to talk about Thanksgiving, so I'm going to try and go through this real quick. I got my permit in New York, right? New York City. I was in the Bronx. I let that expire. Like I was so scared. I was like, I don't have time to take lessons. Like I got to go to work and I got to go to the gym, whatever. I got my permit again because, when I met Tom, because he was like, listen, like, I want you to learn how to drive. And so you can, like, just pick up and go and, like, basically do what your mom said to you. Like, I want you to be a strong, independent woman.
Not to wait for him for everything. Yeah.
That too. And also, at that point, I know it sounds crazy. We had just met and we were already talking about moving to California, like 2 months after we had met. So he was like, and especially if we want to go to California, like you need to learn how to drive. And I was like, fine. So I went, took the permit, got my permit again. And then fast forward, never took the lessons. We moved to California. And then finally he's like, Giselle, you have to learn how to drive. Like, I can't just always be the one driving, especially in California, because there's no other option. Like there is, but we were in San Francisco at that point.
Mhm.
Like, you had to drive, right?
Mhm.
We were in Berkeley, so we had to go into San Fran to go to work. Point is, I went there and I was like, all right, I got to change my permit from New York to California in order to then take the test and all that stuff to get my license. I went in, they had me redo a picture. They had me take a test and all that stuff. In the mail comes California driver's license. I never took a road test.
Oh my God.
I never took lessons, and I got a driver's license.
Oh my God. They messed up.
Yeah.
They messed up when they saw the New York. Yeah.
It said
oh
permit.
My God.
It said permit on there.
So funny.
And so I got it and I was like, this can't be right. I was like, Tom, this can't be right. Maybe it's labeled differently because it's California. I don't know. And then my cousin's husband is a cop in LA. And so I was like, hey, can you run my license to see if it actually comes up as a driver's license? He ran it in the system. He's like, yeah, it's legit. Like, you have a driver's license.
Oh my God.
So I was like, oh, okay. Well, then there's that. So now I had to learn because I have a driver's license. And so we went and, I started driving in a little parking lot in Berkeley and in San Fran. That was all right. Then we moved to LA, and then that was where I really had to learn because I was working at, we were living in West Hollywood. I was working in Beverly Center Mall and also at the Grove. And so it was just quick and easy, 10-minute either way. And Tom's like, I have to work from home, and he had to do his thing. Because it'll be nice for you to go, and it's the easy drive you could practice. So I started taking lessons in Burbank. Because one of my coworkers was like, that's where my dad taught me, and they're wide streets. So Tom and I go, and I'm like, listen, I'm very, I have anxiety, so please, whatever. He naturally talks loud. So he would be essentially the Haitian guy that you had and was yelling at me. And I'm like, don't yell at me. I'm nervous. I'm scared. And I would start crying because I'm like, I don't. And then I would park the car. We would literally be in the middle of the road. And there's nobody because it was the suburbs and Burbank and all that stuff. And I would park the car. I was like, I'm not moving from here. I'm not moving from here. He's like, Giselle, I'm not fucking moving the car. So you better start fucking driving because I'm not moving the car. And we just went at it. I tell you, we made it through that learning experience because we would go every weekend to go try and teach me. Then we were that's how we knew we were meant to get married. Because if we could push through that experience, because it was very much, and obviously it was triggering little things in me too, because it was don't tell me what to do, but it's so stupid because he was teaching me, but to him it was whoa, he didn't know how to let go of the control just yet, how to teach somebody else and not be the one pausing and hitting the brake and all that stuff. So he was nervous, which then made me nervous because I felt he didn't have confidence in what I was doing and vice versa, right? So, but we made it through. We're here. But yeah, that's how I got my license. That's how I learned how to drive. And then the pandemic happened. Well, we moved back to New York, and then the pandemic happened, and I was driving all the time because there was nobody out. Yeah. And that was also what kind of sped up the process where I felt I felt like I drove so much during the pandemic.
So when you got here, did you change back to your New York license?
I had to change back to New York, and I was nervous that something was going to get flagged or whatever.
Glitch.
No.
So PSA, if you want to get your driver's license, go to California.
Go to California and then come back. You just let her pay for a flight. That's it.
Oh my God. That's so funny. Wow.
And then you could just drive back. You get a car over there and you drive back with your California license.
That's insane. I wish that would have been easy for me. I had to take the driver's test and everything and written and
I honestly don't know what happened. I don't know.
Whoever it was looked at it, didn't even see the learner's permit.
Yeah.
And it was probably whatever and just clicked on something wrong. Who knows?
It's so funny because I told my mom and my brother, and they were like, "Ah, tú compraste la licencia entonces," because that's usually how to make a trip.
Man, they're gonna bust your balls.
And I'm like,
all forever.
But at this point, like I drive, like it's
Yeah,
not,
that's
but
funny.
it's still just like, that's how I got my license.
That's funny.
So, yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. I even went to a cop so you can run it.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
But yeah, so if you're trying to learn how to drive, I would say no. On a serious note, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made because it does give you that freedom. It is nerve-wracking, especially when you're first learning. New York drivers are very aggressive.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are just getting more reckless with driving because they're not paying attention. Straight up, I saw somebody on the highway the other day and they were just like on their phone looking down and swerving into my lane. And like, like we were honking at them like, look at this fucking idiot,
Yeah.
She didn't even
Yeah.
wasn't even aware. It's her world and we're just there, you know what I mean? There was another person in Miami. We were in Miami and it was lightning and like thundering and all that stuff, and we were going down the highway. She was recording the lightning.
Get a dash cam. You can record from the dash cam.
And she was literally swerving like an exaggerated swerve. God. And that was when we were down there and I was pregnant. And I remember Tom, like we were both like, holy shit. But he went into like full Papa Bear mode, I feel, because he was very protective of me at that time. And he was like, are you a fucking kidding? Like he like flipped out and I was like, relax. It's fine. Like, let's just go that way. The girl was completely oblivious. I wouldn't be surprised if she was drunk and was just like TikToking or whatever. Like I that sounded so old, right? TikToking. But yeah, no, it's just with the phones. There's no people are just, I don't know. They're not there. You can kill somebody with a car. Like you're driving a crazy machine that can kill people. Like I don't think we realize how severe and how much power you have when you're driving a vehicle. Yeah. Anyway, that's my PSA and my TED Talk on that. Just be more aware. But anyway, that took way longer. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
It's good. It's a good story. It's a good story that you had to share. It's great. It's fantastic. Anyway, so back
Thanksgiving.
to what are we going to talk about? Thanksgiving. Yes, Thanksgiving. So what do you do for Thanksgiving? Or let's see, what did you do before Derek? Yeah, growing up for Thanksgiving, because I know you guys had it was a different dynamic than what I had.
So it's funny. I get like almost emotional thinking of like growing up Thanksgiving. And like I've seen like things go around social media like oh, I remember being a kid and being forced to go to like family things and not wanting to go. I'm not going to do that with my kid or whatever. Obviously at the time as a kid you're like, oh, like I got to go and I got to see these cousins that I don't really talk to. And then you got to reintroduce me to, oh, es el primo de que si yo quien de fulanita de the house that was in DR, whatever. I'm like, okay, hi. You have to deal with the awkward or the, pero y él no, tú no tienes novio. Pero tú estás gordita. And like all these comments and, oh, el pelo, tú te estás dejando crecer, pero tú no te vas a alisar. Like all these comments that I feel like as a kid, obviously they're traumatic. Like you have critiques, like you have family members that are critiquing you nonstop, and that's essentially how they create conversation because they don't know anything else. I feel they don't know how to they don't know how to create conversation without throwing a snide comment, an insult, or criticism of some sort in there. And it's just cultural. I think whatever. Point is, looking back, that was annoying, but I'm like, man, I miss the fact that we all got together. Like we would all get together, and even though you had some of those moments, I feel like towards my teen years and my early 20s, when we would still get together, we would go to like my aunt's house, and Xiomara, my aunt, would always cook. Like they would all be in the kitchen cooking and like having a good time. Music was always blaring, and the kids would kind of go downstairs and like watch whatever was on or like joke around, do whatever. There's none of that anymore. Like we all kind of go our own separate ways and we all do our own thing. So that makes me a little bit sad. but it's one of those like, at least we had that, at least that happened.
Yeah.
Like I still have a video on my phone. I don't even remember which one it was, but my mom was in the kitchen with Xiomara and Saulita, and like they're all cooking, and my mom wasn't really cooking, but she was like dancing and like drinking. You put one beer in my mom or half a beer, she's like dancing around, right? And they're all like dancing, and whenever my mom dances, it's always like, oh, Yolanda está bebiendo, whatever, because she's very shy, very reserved. But the other aunts usually dance. And like I still have that video on my phone because I look back and it makes me smile, where you have those good memories with just the people that you love. And it's like sitting on the table, say grace and all that stuff as a kid. It's never like how you see in the movies, but we had our own version of doing that, and that was always nice because it still felt like you had your family there. Now we do something where we go to my brother's house, we go to Ramel's house with Jess, and Jess usually cooks. I'll bring something which they'll make fun of because it's either too healthy, vegan. It was either vegan at one point because I was vegan for so many years, or something that they're like, oh, what did you make this with? Organic tofu and blah, 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 whatever. But we'll bring something, and then George comes over and like my mom's there. So we have our own little thing. And like usually Thanksgiving, we go to my family's house because Tom's family doesn't really do, like they do something, but we usually go to our house to eat. And then we'll go over to his house just to like hang out.
Okay.
Right? We don't really eat there. And that's kind of become the tradition. Okay. Now that things have changed with, just the family loss and all of that, I don't know what we're going to do this year. It's going to be a little different. But for sure, go to Jess's house. It's funny because I always say Jess's house. I don't say Ramel's house. I don't say I don't say it's my brother's house. I say Jess's house. She's the boss. She's the one that runs the ship. So it's Jess's house. So we'll probably go there, and then stop by his Tom's uncle's house, and then just say hi and see his mom and all that stuff. And Christmas will always like divide to either Christmas Eve in one and then Christmas Day at the other, and then figure that out. This year's going to be a little different though, because they want to go to Florida.
Ooh, nice and warm. I think that's weird. Christmas in a warm place is weird for me.
I may not go just because work is crazy, and I told myself after the Chicago trip, I can't do it. It's too stressful.
The whole because you work through most of the.
It was too stressful, and then January is the craziest selling season for us. So I don't think I'm gonna go. I want to, but if for driving, I have to stop to try and charge my laptop every couple of hours, and it's just it's more stressful than actual relaxation. But it would be nice to be somewhere warm.
That's for funny. Christmas. Like for me, it's weird to be somewhere warm for Christmas. I always envision like white snow and
But there
nice
was a Christmas here that was very hot because I remember I had planned to go ice skating, and I was like, "It's freaking hot outside," and everybody was like, "Oh, global warming!" Like this was like before Obama was president. Like,
oof, I don't know.
It was a while ago.
I don't remember.
But anyway, that's what we do for Thanksgiving. Okay. Eventually, I think once we finish things with the house, I think I'll probably start hosting.
Because now you have the space.
We'll have the space for it. Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah. And there's obviously Friendsgiving, which I've done. But I think there's too much going on this year where I feel like I can't.
It's like, sorry, I can't do this. Yeah.
I can't. If I'm working till 9 p.m. some days, the other night I stopped working at 1 a.m. I can't be in, it's too stressful. Then I have to worry about what I'm going to make.
Yeah, my sister's big on Friendsgiving, I guess, because she's still single. So they invite her to those things and she's always like, yeah, I'm going to go out to this or whatever. She's very big on Friendsgiving. Me, on the other hand, I don't think I've ever done one. No, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever done a Friendsgiving. I'm trying to think. because I used to be like, I had a close group of friends growing up that we were like almost sisters. These are the girls that I don't talk to anymore.
The girls that you don't talk to anymore. Yeah,
it's so funny. So it was like, and it's funny how I like expressed myself. Like, yeah, we were like sisters, but like people thought we were actually family because we could like, you know, when we took pictures, I was like, oh shit, are you guys family?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think we ever did anything like that. I did go to their house, I think once maybe, but I don't remember if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas. It's like everything just blurs together now.
Yeah.
But Thanksgiving, it was similar to yours, I would say. Like we would go to an aunt's house that lived in Queens on my dad's side, but she's like his half sister.
Okay.
So we used to, I think we did that Thanksgiving all the time. And I remember I have such good memories because we had like cousins. My cousins were all the same age.
Okay.
So it was like I had a cousin that was exactly my age.
Yeah.
I could tell you, I have no idea where the hell this cousin is. I've tried to find her on Facebook. I've tried and I don't know if she changed her name or whatever. It's just like, I have no idea where she's at.
And you don't ask. This is from your dad's side.
Yeah. So my dad, after my grandfather passed away, I want to say in the year 1999, 2000, I don't know. It was like early. There was a falling out with his sisters, and there was just a big conflict with that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention here because it was really bad, but we stopped going, and it was like Thanksgiving started becoming for our house. So I don't like my mom was always adventurous at cooking and stuff. Yeah. So it was like, oh, what she's going to do this year with the turkey? Like what is she doing with the turkey this year? Because it was like bad sometimes.
Oh, really?
And I'm telling you, I felt bad for my dad. He would sit there and eat the shit. And I used to be like, I'm going to go dig in the garbage and pour it on the bottom. I would be so upset when there would be not enough garbage. So I couldn't hide my food and I had to like figure out what to do with it because it was bad. Like my mom, some years it was good, some years it was really bad.
But turkey was always like the main dish?
Surprisingly, yes, we eat turkey.
Okay.
I know a lot of people don't like turkey.
For us, it was. We had it.
Pernil.
We do pernil. Lasagna is always a big one.
Lasagna.
Lasagna is like a
You would think we're Italians because we always got like lasagna.
That Dominican lasagna, that is a staple. And
it's like spaghetti to the beach.
Yeah. Oh man, the lasagna. So it would be pernil. Mm-hmm. We did have a small turkey or whatever, and then some chicken because there were some people that just didn't eat that, and then lasagna, and then oh my god, the garlic bread.
Okay.
We had loaves and loaves of garlic bread, and it was like fresh, like like she would mash up the garlic with the oil, salt, and all that stuff, put it on there, and it was. My mouth is watering.
Mouth is watering. That's funny.
Xiomara put so much love into that food.
I think I met her.
You probably did.
Once. Right?
You probably did.
Yeah.
She was the type of person that would say, welcome everybody. She's the type of person that wouldn't have money for Christmas gifts for us and put things on layaway just to make sure that we had something at least one open. Christmas gift to open for Christmas. Like, that's just who she was. Like, she's just one of those people. Like, she's like, oh, ellos no tienen donde ir para comer. Tráelo para acá. Or, like, bring them this plate of food. Like, that was her. Oh, arroz con guandule. Like, all of it. It was just, it was just a great time. And there was so much love. Like, her love language was making food and making sure everybody had a good time. It was just a Saturday. It doesn't have to be Thanksgiving. It would just be a Saturday. It would just be a Friday.
I think it's like I don't even remember why we were at their house either, and I don't even remember if
it just came over.
If it was before or after we got married, I couldn't remember.
It was probably before when Vic and Ramel lived together.
Yeah. That's so random to me. I always remember, like, you guys lived together.
Yeah, it's probably when they lived together, and we went over there.
Yeah.
Xiomara was just that person. It was her It was her birthday 2 days ago. Something.
Yeah, I think that's why she was in my brain too.
Yeah,
I was thinking of her as well.
Yeah, she but so that was another reason why Thanksgiving kind of changed for us too, because when she died,
Yeah,
it just changed everything. You know,
yeah,
like it's just, and that's the thing, Thanksgiving can be such a like trigger for some people because it can spark great memories, and it can also spark because essentially it's just family coming together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always blood related relatives, it's family, people you consider family. And I think eventually what happens with time is people die, and you lose people along the way, and something that was a happy memory can still be a happy memory, but it's tied also to sadness sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that's also why now we've strayed away and we've done our own things, and it's just, it is what it is. I think she was the one that kept us together.
Yeah.
Like she was truly the one that Thanksgiving and Christmas were her holidays. Like, you know how like Mariah Carey is like the queen of Christmas? They say like, of course that's a plug in Mariah, but like those were Xiomara's holidays, and it like I remember the first one after she passed, like it was tough for everybody.
Yeah,
because it was her thing. It was her thing. She would cook. I don't know how she did it. Like she could run a restaurant by herself. Like no sous chef. Like she was doing the prepping. She was doing that. Oh, pasteles. We would do pasteles, and like I would be there guayando, fucking yautía, and plátano, and all this stuff, and like doing all that. And then I was in charge. I was the hair salon person, so I was the one that was in charge. She would be cooking, and then at one point she was like, "Ay, yo me voy a lavar la cabeza para que tú me seque un chin." Me daba fuá con el blowing, and I would do her hair, and we'd do a tubi, and then she would continue cooking and doing all that. There was never hair in the food. We would do it in another room. Okay,
for all you weird ass people.
That was separate. Yeah, of course. But yeah, her hands. It was funny because when I posted one of the pictures of her hands, like somebody said, one of my friends said, her hands show that she put so much love into the things that she did. It's just weird how you can like see certain things in a person that you didn't even personally know. And like my friend commented on that. And I was like, that's exactly who she was. Everything she made was with love and like her whole being. So when I think of Thanksgiving, I think of her. And even if I don't feel like doing anything, I feel like because
she
of her,
would want to.
It motivates me to do something.
She would want you to do something. Yeah,
exactly. But yeah, so
that's nice.
Thanksgiving is not just about the food.
Well, I don't know. I think after my mom with all this like experimenting and giving us like random shit to eat.
But what do you mean experimenting? Like
she'll try different seasonings, or she'll try a different way of cooking the turkey, or she'll do something with like the stuffing. And I hated the stuffing because it was like that. She would put like little pieces of the gizzard, I guess it was.
Ew.
I hate the gizzard. I like make Victor clean it out because I can't touch any of that stuff. I was like, you clean the turkey, I'll do the rest because I can't do any of that. So after all that, I was like, I gotta be able to make the perfect Thanksgiving turkey because there's no way anyone's gonna eat anything that I make and be
try and hide it in the garbage.
Gross. Yes, this is exactly what I was thinking the whole time. And so when I got married to your brother, I hosted the first Thanksgiving, I believe, that year in my apartment, and it was the best one I think we've done. It was so
You made everything yourself?
Yeah, I made everything myself. I had like string beans, potatoes, the turkey, the arroz con gandule. I think it's probably the only thing that I told my mom to make because I hadn't perfected how to make rice yet. Because rice was, for some reason,
rice tricky.
Never stays with me. I couldn't like figure that out until now. And now I cook everything. Okay. Because if I'm gonna make dinner, I'm making everything.
Yeah.
Even though I'm stressed the hell out, I'll make everything. But and so now I host Thanksgiving.
And you have the space for it too.
Well, yeah. I mean, I host Thanksgiving. It's not like I'm not doing anything out of just making food. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm making the food.
Do
you
you
come and
play?
eat.
Do you have like a playlist? Like, what do you put? Do you put any like
No,
music?
I'm in silence, believe it or not.
Okay.
I'm in silence. I'm in
Okay.
silence because usually it's very animated with the kids now. They're
Right.
loud and they make so much noise
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
this.
yeah.
So it's just like I can't listen to anything. I can't even put on my headphones because
Okay.
I have to keep an ear out for them sometimes. They're just
Yeah.
really, really loud.
Yeah, yeah.
I try to put music. Vic is very big on Christmas music, believe it
Yeah.
or not. He likes
Really?
putting like Christmas jazz is what he likes.
Ah, okay.
So he'll put that on the TV and he'll
That's
start
nice.
playing Christmas music, and that's how we transition immediately. Thanksgiving, we transitioned to Christmas because that evening we're like, all right, so
let's
are
get
we
the
gonna
tree up.
decorate? So that's what we do.
Okay.
Now it's more like we rushed Christmas to come, which is funny because we
Yeah.
were like talking about that, and I bought like Christmas lights to put outside, and so it's like we skip Thanksgiving almost.
Yeah.
It's there. I cook, I make food, but now we go straight to Christmas
Go
because the kids
straight,
love
yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah,
The
of
kids
course,
love
because
it.
it's presents, it's Santa.
They love it.
Of course, it's a good time.
Thanksgiving, they don't even eat. I was like, I make the turkey.
They're
They
like,
don't
"Ugh, adult food.
like. Yeah, it's like if they could live off snacks,
Like,
they
can I
would.
have a bagel? Can I have pizza instead? What about
Can I have
mac and
chicken
cheese?
nuggets?
What are your main dishes that you make?
So that changes because
Okay.
I don't like making the same things. I always like to try something different.
Okay.
See, that's how I incorporate my mom's tradition of messing up the turkey every year.
Gotcha.
So I'll try like a new side dish.
Okay.
This year I'm gonna make garlic potatoes, like crispy garlic potatoes. So good.
Like roasted
like you
potatoes?
roast them. Yeah, you roast, like you boil them first and then
Yeah.
you roast them.
Okay.
And then you douse them in garlic butter.
But how do you cut them up? Like wedges?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you cut them up and usually it's just rounds. As round as possible, because if you cut them too thin, they'll I'm thinking of the Spanish word, deboronar.
Okay.
They'll get crumbly.
Yeah.
Crumbly.
Okay.
So
and what kind of potatoes? Do you get like the little red potatoes?
No, the russet, the big ones, like you use for baking almost.
Oh, okay.
For baked potato, and then you just cut them into like either wedges or rounds. I usually do rounds.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. And my dad's bringing yuca bread, right? Yuca bread. I love.
I've never had yuca bread.
So good and gluten free.
Yeah, yuca. Yeah. Oh, I've had arepita de yuca.
No,
but I haven't had.
So yuca bread and it's like with cheese in it. It's so good. It is good. It's like it's almost like a Brazilian cheese bread.
The pan de bono or
pan de queso is what we call it in Colombia, I think. Right? Don't hurt me. I'm close.
Okay, so turkey. Do you do chicken? Do you do pernil?
No, just turkey. Just turkey.
Fish? No,
we get a big turkey, and that's it. No, I don't make anything on the side. Sometimes we'll do ham.
Okay.
Because I like ham. Not everybody likes ham, but I like the ham.
Okay.
Because I make it with pineapple.
Okay.
And sugar. Brown sugar. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very good.
It sounds good.
My mouth just watered.
So this year, you're going to do turkey, ham?
No, I don't think we're doing ham. I don't know. It depends because, we get the free...
the free ShopRite or whatever.
ShopRite.
Yeah. That's why my mom will randomly be like, mira, me dieron un jamón. And I'm like, all right.
My dad does the same. He'll be like, oh, me dieron jamón. Oh, then we'll like, if I make that, he'll take a big piece to my grandma.
Yeah.
So she has something to eat because I don't even know if my uncles do like Thanksgiving for her. Because she doesn't, I don't think she even knows what like year or date we're on.
Yeah.
So he'll take food for her afterwards, which is nice. I do the arroz con gandules. That never fails every year. Anything we do, that's got to be in the menu because that's what everybody loves.
My mom usually makes it and brings it over to Jess's house. My mom usually makes it.
Yeah. My mom would make it, but I don't even know. My mom might actually be coming back. So for all of you that didn't know, my mom has been in Nicaragua for 2 years almost, I want to say, right?
Wow.
2 years.
Yeah.
She left at the end of 2021.
Yeah.
So, I hear him.
You hear him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she might be coming back by the end of November.
That's exciting.
She said. So
it's a
like,
big Thanksgiving
hopefully,
celebration.
so she might actually, I don't know if she'll be back for Thanksgiving. It might be too early to tell, but she'll be back for her birthday, which is after Thanksgiving, that
When's her
last
birthday?
week, the 29th.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
she'll be hopefully back by then, if everything goes well.
Very good.
So yeah, I'm trying to think, what else do I make for?
Does Vic do anything at all? No. Does he pick up a pie? Do you do dessert? Like, do you bake a dessert or do you buy?
My dad is in charge of dessert this year. I told him to surprise me. He usually goes to Costco and gets like the
pies.
Yeah, he'll do a pie. I've made pie before, like apple pie, big on apple pie. But he bought tres leches. Oh, yes.
From Costco.
Yeah, it was good.
I've probably seen it in the fridge.
It's like it looks like a giant log.
Yeah. You know, I don't like tres leche. I've never liked it. Yeah. I know it's like, oh, you're Dominican.
Yeah,
I don't like milk like that.
No, it's just
so.
It's just an acquired taste, because I didn't like it when I was little, and I think now it's like, oh, it's pretty good. Oh. Yeah. So I don't. Your bro doesn't do that much, I don't think. I just tell him to stay out of my way and keep the kids out of the way.
Okay, that's plenty.
Because I don't want him running in and out because they'll get burnt. Oh, he's in charge of pulling the turkey out and in for me because I can't.
Yeah.
Depending on the weight. He's in charge of taking it in and out, because we don't have the nice ovens that are like level with my height. Yeah. No, it's the bottom one, unfortunately.
Like the way the back and his knees are structured in my 30s, I can't.
When we redo our kitchen, I'm making him put an oven higher up because I can't. Yeah, I can't.
You want to do the double oven?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing that one for the house. Mm-hmm. It's just convenient. Yeah, like you need the double space, especially for like big holidays like that. Yeah. Do you do garlic bread or
no? Like do the yuca bread usually. That's become like a thing.
Okay.
To eat with the food. I'm trying to think of it. I might make a salad sometimes. It depends.
No pasteles?
No, I don't know how to make them.
Okay.
We do. Oh no, that's for Christmas. I'm thinking. So a version of pastel, but it's totally different. It's called nacatamal. It's like a tamal, and they in Nicaragua it's like a cornmeal tamal.
It's very different, yeah.
And it's pork, rice, tomatoes, olives, prune, onion. It's like an actual meal. Victor hates it because he's like, this is too heavy. I don't even know how you eat this.
Yeah.
But my mom makes them, so hopefully this year she comes back, she'll make some, and then I can, that's what we have, and I'll eat that. I could eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah. That's the same thing with pasteles.
It's just it's so heavy. So I just usually, my mom brings like 6, and I'll eat those for the week for dinner.
Yeah. Okay.
Or lunch or whatever. It's so good, so good.
Meanwhile, Vic and the kids are like, "What are we eating?" You're like, "I don't know.
You figure it
out." What about, oh my God, I just forgot. Oh, coquito. You don't do coquito?
I try to make coquito. I'm big on making sangria this year. I think I found the perfect sparkling red wine to make sangria, which I like better, I think, than coquito. Well, coquito's great, but I like something a little less heavy.
Yeah, coquito's heavy. Very heavy.
Yeah. Something heavy.
I thought he just opened the door. He's not alone. He's with Tom for the concerned audience members. But I was telling Amy earlier, so it's another thing, like if we don't do the recording early in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Like it's hard. It's very hard. I have a little Tasmanian devil over here that's like running around, and he was running around back and forth going, like back and forth and like throwing the ball and doing all this. So he's at that stage right now where endless amounts of energy running around. So yeah, if you guys hear him,
I told Giselle from 2 to like 3.5 it's nonstop. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
it's gonna be bad. There's a lot of energy to be. If you don't sit and like make sure they do something.
Yeah.
Like
we do like coloring activities.
No,
all that stuff.
No, he needs to get it out.
No,
so you gotta make him go run somewhere.
So what we've been doing is we take him out into like a park, and the other day actually Tom and him like left, and they went to go see grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And they went to the park, and there were all the leaves because it's fall, so all the leaves are on the floor, and he was taking the leaves and throwing them up and like on him, and he was running back and forth, and then he was throwing it on grandma.
Yeah,
like they had a great time. They had a great time. He came back, nap.
Like, yeah. That's exactly what you need to do. Is like you need to just make them do stuff because he.
You hear?
I know.
Here.
Even with Milo, he's still like, and you know what he's been telling me, which makes me feel bad. He's just like, Mom, I don't want to be home. I don't like to be in here all day. Just like that. I was like, ugh, look at you. Callejero.
You're like, so what do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Yeah, he's like, I want to go to the park. And then it's like, he'll either like the town park. He's like, I don't want to go to the town park. I like to go to the big blue park. There's another park further out. And I'm like, I don't want to take you there. Because I had a bad experience there when I went with Sienna. It's like very off out of the way kind of thing. So if you go there, I have to go make sure I have to go with like another mom or something. Because the one time I went with another mom, actually, this weirdo parked next to us. Like he parked too close to the side where I have to put Sienna in. So I practically couldn't put her in. And he was there just, I don't know if he was waiting for a drug deal or what he was doing. He was thinking he was going to kidnap somebody. But, and I remember my friend was like looking at me from her side because he parked right in between our cars.
Two cars?
Yeah. And she's looking at me. So
that's mad weird.
Yeah, she calls me and she's like, I'm going to sit here until you put her in. Yeah. And then we'll leave together.
Yeah, that's weird.
She was like, that's weird. So we were
Why
both
would you
like,
park in between the two cars?
He parked in between the two cars, but then he was so close to the door. I couldn't open it from that side to put her in. And I remember because I wasn't even paying attention thinking that it was like anything that could happen to me. I cursed him out. In my true New York fashion form, I was like, what the fuck? I can't even put my kid into the fucking door, you asshole. Learn how to fucking park. I said it like that. And I saw his eyes go big because he was like leaning really far back. So I couldn't see his face. He was
sitting in the car.
So he was being suspicious already because I couldn't see his face in the mirror. But I was cursing at him because I wasn't thinking this guy's trying to like steal my kid or me.
Yeah.
Because he probably seen us at the park. And I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, I was just like, fuck you, man. You don't know. And I opened the door, like the smidge that we had, and I fucking hit his van. I was like, fuck that. I put
it was a van too?
Yeah. And I buckled her in, closed the door, got in the car, and then I looked at him at the driver's side. At the moment,
this is not the mom to mess with.
And he was just like, whatever he thought, it backtracked because I was wild.
Yeah.
It came out. But it's like I don't know if it was just the nerves, the adrenaline, whatever. But I was just mode. Like,
it happened.
And I'm like trying to size him up because I'm like, if he comes out this car, like I gotta go. Let's go. If I have to, I will. Kind of thing. And I was just like, all right. And my friend was on the phone with me. She's laughing. She was like, yo, what did you do? And she's like, she's like, all right, you back out, and then I'll back out behind you just in case he follows us.
Yeah. That's good that she didn't leave.
Yeah, no. She's very situational aware also. She's from Boston. So she's got the same, like, you know.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we got along pretty well. We still talk, but crazy. So I don't take him to that park.
A van in the kid park.
Yeah, by yourself.
2 cars by yourself.
I was like,
it's
so this is why I don't go there. And I tell Vic, I was like, I'm not ever taking our kids there after this experience. I was like, I may have cursed this guy out, whatever, scared him more than I was scared. I don't know. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Do a little play date with one of my friends or something.
Yeah, so I have to figure out a day to go with someone instead, because I would never go there by myself. It was just weird because it was like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Like, what are you doing?
Weird. What are you doing there? You don't have kids.
You don't
in a van?
Yeah, you weren't there with any kid.
Yeah,
all the red flags were going up.
All the red flags, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God, that reminds me of that. Wait, are we done with Thanksgiving? Hold on.
I guess so. I mean, I think we did good.
How do you manage the kids during Thanksgiving? So that's Vic's job, right?
Yeah, he stays with them now. He takes them to the park. He gives them like whatever. Takes them to the candy store. They love the candy store. Me personally, no, because they go crazy after eating all that sugar. But they love it, and I get that time off to make some good. We do Thanksgiving lunch. We don't do dinner. It's not dinner. It's lunch. As soon as the food's done, everybody wants to eat because it smells that good.
Yeah. Usually we'll eat around like 5, 6.
No, we eat. We're doing our second or third run by 6.
Okay. Yeah, I think also because we have so many people that are coming in and the kids nap time and all that stuff.
I'm sure, like, if I went to someone else's house, it would be dinner, right? But like, no. Although we here eating 3-4 times, we're gonna finish the turkey
in that one day.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
What do you do with leftovers? You do like sandwiches?
Oh,
if you do you eat it for the rest of the week?
I make like a red onion sauce that's like limey with lime and no vinegar, but like it's an Ecuadorian salsa. Okay. And I'll get like French bread. We put the turkey with the onions. Ooh. It's good. It's kind of like a version of because they make they call it sanduche de puerco, right? Right, is what they call it in Ecuador. So it's like a version of that, but with turkey.
But with turkey,
yeah. So like it's just the bread with the turkey and the onions on top. It's really good.
How do you avoid the turkey being dry?
People use bags. I tried the bag situation. Like,
what do you mean?
Wrapping your turkey in a bag, an oven bag, so it stays moist. I don't do that. What I do is I use a can of beer.
Okay.
To douse it every 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I put beer inside the turkey carcass inside.
Do you season it?
I don't
like. Do you season the beer or no? The beer. You just put beer.
Beer, and it has to be good beer, something that you would drink,
like a Modelo or something.
Flavor. Yes, I do. Yeah, Modelo is what we do. Yes, Modelo or Corona is what we use. But I'm very big on using beer for everything.
I know. A couple of times you told me about a recipe. You're like, oh, it's with beer and da 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 da.
Beer. I think the one year we do for this turkey, because my turkey is called criollo turkey or something. I think I sent you the recipe for it. Okay. It's like an Ecuadorian version of doing turkey. Okay. And she uses chicha, which is a version of beer. It's like fermented drink that we have there. Yeah. So I usually get that from the supermarket here that they have like all the international stuff. Oh, okay. And I'll use that. Or I'll buy Ecuadorian beer to cook with, which is good. Yeah.
Interesting. Chicha. Yeah. I've never heard of it.
So I throw that on top every 30 minutes and rotate the turkey around in the oven.
That's your workout.
I mean, and then like I'll crisp it first. So I'll crisp the top and then I'll lower the temperature so it cooks in. And then make sure you rub whatever seasonings. I usually use like butter, garlic, and achote. Stick it in under the skin and rub it in to the chicken breast. You're gonna have to do a little video on this. Like if you rub it in to the butter has a moisture, it'll hold it in for you. Fat and it'll be fine. It won't dry out at all. You just gotta season it.
You think cooking the turkey with butter? Do you use oil, obviously, right? Or no?
Just butter.
No,
just butter. Butter, garlic, and achote. Oh, okay. Like 40 cloves of garlic.
Gotcha. Okay. Onion?
No, I stuff it with onion, celery, and stuff like in the cavity.
Okay. Gotcha.
And limes. I like using limes. For some reason, it just tastes better.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna have to go to your house one day for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I'll go to Amy's house, not Jess's house.
Sorry, Jess. Make her mouth water.
No.
Just talking about it.
So leftovers. Obviously, everybody goes home with some leftovers and all that stuff. Do you ever get sick and tired of the leftovers or no?
Our leftovers only last like a day or two. Nothing more. The way your brother eats. He'd be like, "Oh, this is good. This is the best turkey you've made every year. This is the best turkey you've made." And then he'll keep eating it. He could eat the same thing over and over again and not be tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. I don't like that. I get tired after. Personally, me, I'll eat the one day after and that's it.
Yeah, I can eat the same thing every day.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. I gotta have some flavor, something else, something different going on.
So you don't do like biscuits, mac and cheese, like the American
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. And then the one year that we didn't do Thanksgiving, which was weird, because we were in Italy. They don't do Thanksgiving there.
Oh, okay.
We decided to go, and it was just like we just had a really nice meal that day. Okay. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. That was weird. That was a weird Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All right. Well, any suggestions, any ideas, any website that you get your recipes from for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I could put the website down. Okay. Below. It's an Ecuadorian lady. She has every single Ecuadorian recipe you can think of. It's there. If you ever wanted to try Ecuadorian food, if you follow her instructions,
yeah,
it'll come out just like eating from over there. So
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll put that in the description.
Yeah.
Get that going. Thanksgiving, and then before you know it, it's gonna be Christmas.
I know. I feel like every year it just gets faster, like Halloween, and then I feel like, isn't like Thanksgiving being pushed up through the calendar?
Because it is. Like, it came a week earlier. I told Tom that. I was like, it's on the 20th.
I feel like it's usually the 28th, 26th, 27th, right?
Usually the 26th around that time. And then this time it's the 23rd. Mm-hmm. But I guess the way that it landed on because the second to last.
Yeah, right? It's always Thursday. The second to last Thursday. Yeah.
Which, who made that up? Like, why?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't get it. But maybe it's to align it somehow with Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway, all right. This has been the Thanksgiving episode.
Chaotic as always.
Along with driving lessons and dental visits and work craziness and
terrible 2s and 3s coming for you out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. No. He's such a sweet kid. Like, I don't know. We look at it like we were talking about it the other day. We're like, he's just awesome. We love him.
No,
so much.
I mean, they're still sweet, but he's gonna drive you nuts.
No, of course, coming. No.
It's
no,
coming.
I know.
Full speed.
No, but it's just one of those things where I know it's coming. I know it's part of the journey, right? They're getting their personality, their frontal lobe is developing. Like, I get it. But I think also we should remind ourselves too, like, I know how Raquel mentioned in the last one where it flies and you still have to keep your identity because then before you know it, they're 18 and they're out the house and you don't know who you are. Mm-hmm. But I also think we need the reminders of, like, enjoy the sweetness while you have it too. Like, enjoy the innocence. Like how Mila was like, Mom, do it again, with your mouth half numbed from the dentist. Yeah. You know, like, those are the things. I'm getting emotional now. Yeah. Like, those are the things that I'm like, aw.
Wait till he has like full capability of telling you things, because you're going to be even more emotional when you realize he's saying you stuff. Like, randomly, Milo said, Mom, you're my best friend to me this week. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And he like comes over and he gives me a big kiss. He's like, I love you. I was like, okay. See, once he starts doing all that stuff, I was like, you're trying to put me in your pocket. What you want?
Like, now can we go to the Blue Park?
Yeah. It's like, can we go to the candy store? I want to walk to the candy store. I want candy. I was like, oh God. I knew this is what you were going for.
And he does it in his own way. Like, he'll talk his own language, and then he'll grab me, and then he'll kiss me and go, and like, you see the joy, and he goes,
oh my God.
And it's so weird, right? Because we'll be like, damn, like, I need a break. I'm exhausted. Like, these damn kids drive me crazy, right? But then they go to sleep, and they're doing their own thing, playing independent play. And I'm like, look at him. I just want to grab him and hold him. Like,
yeah. We're messed up. I know.
or he's sleeping and I'm over here looking at videos of him, and I'm like, he was just driving me crazy a minute ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, enjoy the moments. They don't last long. And just keep them in there, because before you know it, right, the teenage years will come, hormones and all that stuff. But yeah, make some memories. Even if some people don't run with the milestone, like Tom isn't a milestone moment like birthdays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. He's not that type of person. But if you need those milestone moments to kind of remind yourself to take it in. So if anything else, in the madness of Thanksgiving and the prepping and the cooking and the traveling to somebody's house and all the stuff, be happy that you know, if you have somebody, you have a family and friends that you can go to, enjoy that and be in that moment with the people you love and that you care about, because that's what it's about. You know, that's what you're going to look back on and say, man, I'm glad I had those memories. I'm glad I had those moments, because even if the turkey was terrible, even if the food is terrible, whatever it is, you're going to remember those conversations. And they may not all be great, but, you know, try and stick to the people that make you feel good and make you feel happy that you're able to spend another day with them. So that's what I'll say about Thanksgiving. And Costco has great pies. So check out Costco for the pies, and
I'll tell my dad.
It's like, I heard tres leche. They have tres leche, right?
Yeah. They have a lot of different things, so I don't know what he'll bring.
All right.
We'll see.
You'll
I'll
keep
report
us
back.
Posted. All right, guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. Great holiday. And we'll see you guys next time. And
remember that you're doing a great job.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.